Last week I told you I was going to share my lake trip with you this week, so come along with me. Last week when I did the reflection about the water and being at the lake, I told you I was going to share actual clips from that trip this week. So here they are. All right, we are loaded. I'm getting ready to head to the lake. I'm a little late getting up there for my annual trip, but the car situation. So the girls are back there in their seats. Hopefully you can see them. Jessie's panting, she's harnessed in. Belle is not, she was fighting me. She's getting up there in age, so she was fighting me. Hopefully she's gonna be okay. I don't like not having her harnessed in, but she was not being very nice to me. So hopefully she'll be fine. Should be an easy trip up there because it's Friday night, 7:45. We'll get up there a little past dark, but that's okay. We'll be up there and ready to go in the morning then. I'll see you when I get there. All right, we made it up here to the cottage at about 11 o'clock last night. I got unloaded really quickly. Girls and I had a little hard time trying to wind down to get ready for bed. So it was like, I don't know, it was after midnight before I finally fell asleep. It's about 8:30 on Saturday morning. I am headed to Sweetwater. It's a music store in Fort Wayne. And I am going to, lost my train of thought. I'm going to apply for a grant, well, what I call a grant. It's the Lilly Lilly Teacher Creativity Fellowship. And it does allow librarians to apply. I did it last year, did not get it. So I am trying again. I'm making some adjustments. And one of the things I'm going to add to it this year is I want to learn to play guitar. So I'm going over to Sweetwater to get an idea of how much just like a beginner kind of guitar would be and see what they can do for me. Now, it's a little ways over there. I don't know if I'm gonna video inside. This is me being not so sure about videoing in public places just yet. So we'll see when we get over there. I may try to do a little bit just to kind of show you around, but it looks like a really cool place online. So I will see you when I get there. All right, I've arrived. I just wanted to show you what the outside of the building looked like. I'm sitting here in the car getting ready to go in. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna record while I'm in there, but we'll see. I might just try to do a little bit of footage and not do too much else. I'm still learning all this, so just be patient with me. I appreciate it. So many guitars. I'm looking at that one right there. I made it to Huntington. I'm sitting on North Jefferson Street. There's a bookstore north that I want to go to. Of course, I always have to hit bookstores. Then there's Nick's Kitchens right over there. They supposedly have the best tenderloin, so I may try to do that while I'm here. Definitely want to eat there. I just don't know if I'm going to get a tenderloin. And then there's a couple of gift stores that I want to go to while I'm here. And then, so on my way here, I drove on US 24, which is the road that connects Huntington to Fort Wayne. And drove that road many times when I was growing up. So anyway, our first house I ever lived in when I was a kid was right off that. So of course I had to backtrack a little bit and see the house, see what it looks like now. And boy, it's changed a lot since I was a kid. But it's always kind of cool to see what other owners have done to it. So anyway, getting ready to head out of the car. It's getting kind of warm in here. All right, I just kind of wanted to wrap up the day a little bit. I got back to the cottage or the rental around 2 o'clock. I've been hanging out with the girls. I call my dogs my girls, if you didn't already know that. I'm sitting here. It's pretty close to the water, but there's a lot of boaters gone by, so hopefully they don't disturb us too much. I forgot to grab my mic until I was about halfway down here. Anyway, I had a really enjoyable lunch at Nick's Kitchen. That is probably the best tenderloin I've ever had. And I've had quite a few tenderloins over the course of my life. I even told the waitress, I said, this is the best tenderloin I've ever had. I did go into the bookstore. It was nice. There was a lot of used books. He had a lot of records, which was kind of cool to see. He looked like he was probably a Gen Xer, so very relatable. And one thing I thought was very curious or very interesting was that he had books that they looked new, brand new, but when I flipped it over to see how much they were in British pounds, which I thought was very interesting. So I don't know if like he got them from some kind of bookseller somehow, maybe for free or some kind of discount, or if sorry, the mosquitoes are trying to get me and they love me. I don't know, but obviously if we were to pay for them, I believe, if I'm thinking right, remembering right, because I did make a trip to England when I was a senior in high school, it would make it even more for us if I remember right. So like I was looking at a $12.99 British pound book, I think it would make it closer to $17 or $18 for us. So yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, I went to another gift store that was next door to Nick's. Nice little store. I did buy a little beach sign that said, what was it? The beach restores my soul, or your soul, or something like that. And it was on a clearance rack, so I thought, well, you know, my beach house, that would go perfect. Anyway, the other shop was not open, unfortunately. The people were on vacation, and I didn't realize that until I went to their Facebook page and noticed it before I started trying to find them, because they were in a different location. The bookstore and the shop and the restaurant were all within a block or so of each other. So I parked and I walked. But anyway, so I'm trying to think of what else I did while I was there. I guess I just pretty much came back. So that is it. I'm going to keep just kind of hanging out here the next 3 days. Probably won't do much of anything except eat some delicious food at some local restaurants here. There's a great pizza shop, so I will check in with you then. All right. I'm at my happy place. I just wanted to put a little bit of footage in here. This is a bench, as you can see. It's just down the street. Back up that way, going that way. It's where I sit when I'm up here at my happy place. My second favorite happy place. Of course, the beach is always a better happy place. But this is at a camp, actually. You can see there's a building over there that's called the beach house. They have a pier and stuff there for the kids to play. And then the buildings back up over the hill here are where they actually have camp. out for an evening stroll. Belle loves to ride in her stroller, and we're just taking one last walk. We have to leave in the morning. I sure hope you enjoyed following along on my trip. It sure wasn't long enough. I'm used to at least a week up there. Last summer I did 10 nights, 11 days. So it was wonderful. This time it was about 5 days or so and 5 nights. I got up there late on a Friday night and came home early on Wednesday morning. So it is what it is. At least I got to go. So I appreciate you staying with me to the end, and I hope you'll like and subscribe or even comment on my video. And I'll see you next week.